All right, the last weekend of the Open is among us. 23.3 is kind of for time in different stages. 6-minute window for 5 wall walks, 50 double unders, 15 snatches, into 5 wall walks, 50 double unders, 12 snatches. And if you pass that, an extra 3 minutes of 20 strict handstand push-ups, 50 double unders, 9 snatches. And then if you get past that, an extra 3 minutes to finish off with 20 strict handstand push-ups, 50 double unders, and 6 snatches. The snatches will be increasing weights for all of the snatch sets. Okay, if you're doing scaled, it's going to be hand release push-ups instead of strict handstand push-ups, and single unders instead of double unders.
And the scaled wall works.
Yeah, and then obviously the scaled wall walks, which is going to be a little bit different as well. In the gym, we have already marked out the spots for the male and female wall walks, and also all the spots for where your barbell should be and where your skipping rope should be. All right. So anything with the flow of the workout that you think needs to pay more attention?
I think you mean the warm up?
Yeah.
So I think for this one, the warm up, I would take slightly longer than usual because as we know, shorter workout, you need to take a longer warm up. So, and this workout is very shoulder intense workout. So I took a long time to warm up my shoulders. So make sure my lats, my shoulders aside for next warm up. And instead of this regular warm up set, I doing 4 sets, 30 double unders, 3 wall works, 5 straight handstand push up, 3 snatches, and gradually build up my weights to the working out set.
Good. I think a little bit different for Alan as opposed to someone that might be doing just the first 6 minutes of work. Coach Alan is prepared himself to go for the full 12 minutes of increasing snatches, whereas your game plan or your warm-up might be a little bit different if you are trying to just finish that first 6-minute portion. So what I would suggest, especially for wall walks and snatches, is to really figure out how many steps you need to take to walk all the way into the wall and how many steps you need to take all the way back out. All right, make sure they're consistent all the way through, and you're not kind of taking maybe 5 steps on the first rep and then 3 steps on the second rep. Make sure that you practice how many steps it takes to walk in and walk out. Another thing is to make sure for the wall walks, I have a lot of people messaging me already, or how should I do it, or what's the technique and things like that. The biggest thing is making sure you stack your shoulders above your elbow and your arm as much as possible, rather than staying in this closed position for too long, as this will tax the shoulders even more. All right, so that first step onto the wall, you want to send your hips up and send your legs up as high as possible into the wall, so you're stacking rather than kind of in a straight arm plank into the wall. Maybe we'll also add a few clips of how you should initiate your wall walks after at the end of this video as well. But next movement, the snatches. I would recommend doing quick singles, especially if you're not used to doing touch and go reps. Make sure again that you're using your hook grip and being solid, driving through the legs as much as possible, because like Alan said, it's a lot of shoulders, so you don't want to be pulling too much, as that will affect your double unders and your wall walks and handstand push-ups. Finally, with the double unders, again, if you're aiming to finish that 6-minute window, I wouldn't say to push too hard to go unbroken. If you need to take a break halfway to shake out your shoulders, shake out your arms, by all means do so. Yeah, so if you're kind of struggling to finish the first 2 rounds, I would say make sure you practice the wall walks, practice if you're doing hand release push-ups afterwards, also practice your technique for that, because the standard for the handstand push-up, hand release push-ups are going to be very strict as well. Anything to add?
I think for this workout, the strategy can be vary from person to person. So I think you need to make sure that you have a plan ahead before you start this workout. And when you start this workout, make sure you stick with your plan. I would say this one, the pace you should go for 80 to 90% controlled fast, but you don't below up your shoulders, your legs at the first part. And for the pacing wise, I think Wes already mentioned, for the double unders, depends on how you're good at the double unders. So break down to the sets if you need. And also for the snatch, I would say depends on you're a good lifter or not. If you start the first weight is below your 40% of your warm-up max, I think you can try a few reps of the touch and go. Like me and Wes, I think you did a 5 reps or 5 reps. Yeah, same for me. We did a 5 reps of a 3 sets for the first part. For the second weight, if it's below your 50%, I think you can stay with the quick singles. Or if this weight is above your 50%, I think you need to make sure have your good setup before you lift the weights. Because every time you fail into one rep, it takes you more than 20 seconds to get ready for the next rep. And also for the snatch, keep good position, okay? Always support the weights on your back instead of just support the weights on your shoulders or like pushing the barbell overhead.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me on my first rep on the third bar. I wasn't set up, or I didn't keep my lats engaged, and I missed that first rep, and it cost me, I think, at least 20 seconds to reset. So make sure when you set up, especially for the weight that starts feeling heavy for yourself, set up and really hold on, engage the upper back and your lats rather than just holding on with your hands. Because if you hold on with your hands, that first rep is gonna feel very heavy and very unstable. So make sure that you dial in the technique in your form. I believe that the last 2 weeks we've been kind of preparing for a workout like this. We did, I think, wall walks, I think last week or beginning of this week, and we also
just test the warm-up max snatch. Heavy single
and then the snatches, we did heavy single. We also did increasing weights last week, and this past week we did touch and go reps. So you should have an idea of where your snatches should be. And I mean, this is a great workout for if you love your gymnastics and if you love your snatches like myself. But yeah, last workout of the Open. I've been loving every minute of it, seeing everybody, all of you, support each other, come in on Saturdays and Sundays, having a good time, helping people change weights, getting your 1 rep max thrusters, hopefully this week getting your first strict handstand push-up or even a PR or snatch. Looking forward to it this weekend, all right? So good luck, and most importantly, have fun, guys. See you guys.
Good luck. 225.
All right, so first one is gonna be a kneeling downward dog. So you're gonna push your butt back and then walk your feet up as you go up the wall, and then come back down. As your fingers touch the line, you let your feet slide back down. All right, if your shoulders are a bit stronger, you could lift your hips straight up and then jump straight up into the wall and then back down. Another way is same thing, but you're gonna reach your one leg up instead of jumping both feet up. And then come back down. All right. The important thing here is you wanna stack your shoulders above your hands and keeping your hands underneath your shoulders as much as possible. So don't go too wide on your steps in like that. That will tax your shoulders and you won't be able to touch the line, and then come back out. That's no good. Also, head positioning, you want to make sure when you go up, you want to tuck your chin in and look at the wall at all times. You don't want to be looking in between your hands and creating that arch in your lower back. So always look in to stack in, make sure you're in a good position. Good one. So these are some good reps for your hand release push-ups. So hand release and then push up in one straight line from your shoulders to your heels. Good, hand release. Okay, you want to be flexing your glutes and flexing your thighs for this as well to make sure that everything is tight. Once you loosen your glutes and loosen your thighs, you have the chance of sagging up and pushing your shoulders up first, and that'll be a no rep. Once you show a break from your shoulders to your heels, that'll be a no rep. So make sure when you're doing this, you stay in one straight line, okay? Like so.